How much coffee do you need if you're making a pour-over coffee and you want to output a cup of coffee? Well, today I'm going to simplify the coffee ratio. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to SBRA Coffee. I'm Mike. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to making coffee. People have fancy scales. They have all these ratios. There's the golden ratio. There's this, there's that. And there's different countries around the world that consider cup sizes. Well, they vary tremendously, obviously. So if you're making a pour-over coffee in a Chemex or any type of pour over, what should be your ratio? Well, it is true the golden rule is 1:18 and it is done on grams. So first off, if you want to do this right, you do need a coffee scale. But other than that, we're going to simplify this because most people here in America drink 12-ounce cups of coffee. And if you want to make a single cup of coffee, it's very, very simple. You need 20 grams of coffee. And we're going to get into this. And you also need to measure how many grams of water you're using, okay? So let's break this down step by step. But I've already spilled the beans and gave you the ratio for a 12-ounce cup that I would do in a pour-over. It's just around 20 grams of coffee, which is, by the way, this. Okay, how do we get here? In reverse. Obviously, you need a coffee scale, right? You need to have a kettle that you can weigh your water. Now, 12 ounces of water equates to 340 grams. That is the kind of the gram ratio, or the total grams. All right, I'm gonna make this very simple. 12 ounces of water is 340 grams. Obviously, you're gonna lose some of that in your Chemex and your coffee grams, so I would put somewhere between 350 grams and 360 grams of water in your kettle, because you wanna net out a 12-ounce cup of coffee. Again, that's where the ratio, in my case, is a little bit higher because I'm adding a little extra coffee, because we're gonna add a little extra water because we want a full 12-ounce cup of coffee. So how much is 20 grams? Well, again, you wanna use a coffee scale. This is the best investment you can make if you're into coffee. It's this amount. Here, I'll show you it ground. So here's what it looks like ground, pretty much the same thing. All right, the steps are very simple. Get a coffee scale, get 20 grams of coffee, get 360 roughly grams of water, get your Chemex or whatever dripper you want, grind the coffee, put this in, dump all the water in, and what you'll net out is a wonderful 12-ounce cup of coffee. If you try this and it isn't quite right, play with the grind setting, right? If it's not strong enough, grind it finer. If it's too strong, grind it a little weaker. People grind their pour-overs typically a little too fine. They should grind them a little more coarse. So play with that if it's not right. If not, then you can get into changing the ratios. But the true ratio, if I would tell anybody, hey, you want to make a 12-ounce cup of coffee? Well, what you need is very simple, close to 20 grams of coffee. And there you go. Hopefully that's made it a little less confusing for you, especially if this is the size cup of coffee you make. If you want to double, obviously, just double it. We'll talk to you soon, guys. And make sure you subscribe if you want to learn more about being a barista or more about coffee, especially coffee. Make sure you subscribe. Thanks. We'll see you soon.